sentence. Very good. And what can we see straight away there, Ruby? What have you showed me? That leaves us with the other part being 4. Very good. Should we move them into the other part just so we can see? Very good. Now you could go on to record the numbers in your part whole model, but what we'll do for today is we'll just go in and fill in our missing number in our number sentence. So it was 9. You said minus this time, didn't you? Minus how many? It was 4, and that was the same as 5. Very good. Wonderful. Right, let's do one more. This is a really tricky one to end with, Ruby. We'll eat those later. Put them back in there. Right, can you start reading this final number sentence for us?
6.
What words can we think of this time? 6. You can use a word you've used already, it's fine. Equals, fine. 6 equals something.
Equals 6.
Well, that's not equals again, is it? Remember, it looks...
Equals.
Very good. Take away 6 again. Or one word we haven't used yet is subtract. So we could say 6 equals something, subtract 6. Now, when we first looked at this one in our practice, Ruby, this was the hardest one we found, wasn't it? Whoa! It's always good when you've had a practice, isn't it? Prove to me it's 12. Convince me it's 12. The first thing we spoke about was this missing number, because you thought 0 to start with, didn't you? You looked at this, and I can see why you thought 0, because you were looking at 6, subtract 6. But actually, when we look at the number sentence, that's not what it's asking us, is it? It's asking us what's the big number that we started with. Because when we look at these number sentences, when we're looking at subtractions, take away, we've learnt that the big number, the whole, is always to the left of this minus or subtraction symbol, isn't it? So we know the number in here is going to have to be more than 6, because that's how many we end up with. So we want to know what that whole number is. So what are we going to use for this one, Ruby? How are we going to work this one out? We're going to use some cubes. Okay, let's just choose one colour to start with. Okay, now 6, is 6 an odd or an even number? Even, very good. So we could use our counting in 2s to help us, couldn't we? So we're going to start with our end. We're going to start with how many we're left with. So we know that there's 6.
So we're going to put 6.
Yeah, you could take 6 off. Can you take 6 off? Very good. Use some counting in 2s to double check you've got the right amount.
2, 4, 6.
Lovely. And how many in this calculation did we take away from the whole?
6.
We took away 6, so we're going to need another 6. Very good. Okay, can you put them together a bit like a bar? A bit like our bar models we've been using. And how many does that make all together? How many do you think we started with at the start of this calculation? Can you use your counting in 2s again?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
Well, that wasn't quite so good. What we call 2-to-2 correspondence. 2,
4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
Very good. So we're kind of working backwards on this, aren't we? So let's double check our answer. Can you fill in the answer in the box? What can you remember how to write the number 12? Very good. 1 10 and 2 1s. Very good. And let's just double check. So we're saying this time, if we were to write this calculation down in the standard form, it would be 12 take away 6 equals 6. So let's just check that. 12 take away 2, 4, 6 equals 2, 4, 6. That looks right to me, Ruby. Fantastic. Very good. So, come on, button. Anything you can find in your house, have a little practice, a few more calculations, put the missing number in different parts of the calculation, and then enjoy this week's learning. I'm going to say bye, Ruby.
Bye.
Bye.